Well, good afternoon, everybody. Another fun-filled hockey Saturday. Des Moines Bucks playing the Kansas City Scouts in a back-to-back friendly game series here in Shawnee, Kansas. Rolling through the roster real quick. We have number 14, Quinn Baker. 13, Asen Bentz. Number 10, PJ Brown, who's our goalie in net today. Number 11, Redford DePass. Number 5, Carson Follis. Number 1, Sawyer Goldie. Number 20, Graham Hildebrandt. 87, Xander Marin. Number 9, Luke McDaniel. Number 46, Luke Pembroke. And things like that that we won't see on the ice. Story being one of those. And also our other goalie, Elliot Buckland, I don't believe is here with us this weekend. Be stopping in periods 1 and 2, and then we'll change over to a 12-minute period in period number 3, which will have stop clock action. But already at the first drop of the game, Des Moines taking it down into the Scouts' end. Looks like one shot got there and hit the outside edge of the goal. Scouts to respond, send it back into neutral territory. Baker chasing it down, trying to sweep it out from in front of Brown, clearing it out, able to do so. We saw Bentz over on the far side with it, clear it out of the zone, up to 77, taking it all the way up. Tries to deke it around, can't find that open spot, passes it off. Scout's going to retrieve it, bring it into neutral zone. Dumps it in. Van Tilburg this time along the back boards. Going to send it up, almost intercepted, but cleared past number 20. 77 again with it on that far end down there. Sorry for the glare of the door here. Like I said, not a whole lot of opportunity to get a good angle. Des Moines with a shot. And Des Moines putting the first one up at 14:34 in period 1. Looks like that one's going to go to Goldie. Back on the drop, Follis, number 5, at the face-off. He won that one. Scouts in neutral, trying to pick it off, working it around Des Moines, gets it into the zone. Van Tilburg there, gets it over again to, looks like Goldie on the far side. And an icing call. Yohe on the drop for that one. We're going to call that a lost face-off there. Scouts trying to keep with it, unable to do so. Des Moines working it up into the zone. Fast and furious, but going to have an offsides call. Smith was the one chasing that puck down. Yohe again at the face-off. 1 at this time. Scouts right at their blue line. Take a tumble right at the boards. This time offsides. Looks like Iowa with their first penalty kill of the game. Looks like number 11 sitting over in the box. And starting Iowa's penalty kill at 12:34, a minute and a half penalty up on the clock. Again to number 11. Marin this time. Marin tried to got it off, but it was intercepted instead by Kansas City. Kansas City works it around the net. Marin with it. Marin dumps it up, but he's going to give it a little bit too much altitude, sends it over into his home, into their own bench. Follows this time on the drop, loses it. Over on the far wall, Kansas City comes with it. Block shot by Brown. Far corner, Kansas City with it. Number 9 kicks it out. Goldie battling for it. Van Tilburg out in front, trying to run interference. Follis comes away with the loose puck. He's got one in front and behind. Sword fighting. We're going to see a delayed penalty on that one. Follis still coming out of the battle. And that delayed penalty going to go to Kansas City. We're going to swap out the penalty kill now for a power play. Looks like 11:05 up on the board. Time remaining. Minute and a half on that power play now. Kansas City with it. DePass coming out of the penalty box. Had it there for a minute. Lost it. Kansas City trying to work it around. Bentz clears it back into the corner here in front of us. Baker and Bentz sweeps it out. Baker with it, comes out of the corner. Pass over to Bentz. Bentz dumps it forward to Kansas City's blue line. On his knees, Marin battled for it, kicked it out of the zone. Des Moines in the corner, DePass with it. Marin working it back and forth. Kept in the zone by Van Tilburg. Sent into the corner. Kansas City with it, out, coming out of their zone. Pass cross ice. Picked up. Shot going to go into the corner. Van Tilburg here to receive it. Sends it back to the other side at number 1. Goldie on it. Goldie sends it hard forward. Number 9 trying to get there in time. McDaniel. Comes back into Iowa's corner. Baker off of the boards to Marin. Marin can't control it. Kansas City sweeps it to the other side. Picked up by Des Moines. Number 20, Hildebrandt. Casey again receives it back in their side. Tries to work it around. Baker receives it. Sends it back into neutral. Loose puck picked up by Vince. Brought around backside of Des Moines' net. Sent up intended for Welsh as it goes through his stick. Continues down the ice. Scouts send it back in the neutral zone. Follows with it on the wall. Up to Yohe. Sorry, up to Smith. Scouts with it on the far side. Follis clears it out of the corner, sends it deep. And that one's going to be an icing call. 8-minute mark left to play in period 1. Clock continuing to count down. Both teams on full strength at this point. Yohe going to take the drop. And loses that one. Shot attempt goes wide. Battle in the corner. Des Moines clears it out. Yohe on that one. Yohe stays with it. Van Tilburg away from spectators' boards. A couple of Des Moines players both kind of exchanging hands to pass over there, and it looks like Yohe again in the corner. McDaniel at the wall. Marin kicks it up over the stick of a Scouts player, retrieves it further in neutral zone. Van Tilburg to Marin. Marin behind the net. Dekes it around one Scouts player, battling it on the wall. Still working to kick it out of the corner. Goldie comes in to assist, gets it cleared off of the boards. Gets around Marin. Goldie to pick it up behind the net. With double pressure in front of him. Number 20 for Des Moines loses his feet. Scouts working to bring it back in. From this perspective, it looked like they had somebody off sides, but hard to tell from the angle. Marin with a soft pass to Bence. Bence over on the far side. Sends it deep. Picked up by the Scouts in neutral. Sent back into spectators' corner. Marin to chase it around. Gets around one in front. Off of the boards in neutral. Marin again with it as Scouts kicked it back. Drops it back to Bence. Bence on up, looking to send it to somebody, but Des Moines changes lines. Scouts come away with it. Scouts with a soft attempt. Baker to interfere with that one. Follis on it. We're going to have another penalty. Penalty this time going to Bence, number 13. And they're calling a hook on that one. 5:20 left in period 1. Minute and a half. Power play for the Scouts. Follis wins the face-off. Save by Brown. Goldie with it, working his way up the boards. Loses his feet. Scouts with it, tries to get around Van Tilburg there. Another shot goes wide by the Scouts. They pick it up here on the spectator side. McDaniel takes a header right here on the boards. Gets up and shakes that one off. Goldie also loses his feet. Swan dives. Scouts to get to the puck on the far side first. Working around Des Moines' net. Trying to sink one in a corner. He's got both defenders on him. Clock continuing to count down. By the time we drop this puck, we'll have about 15-20 seconds left of this penalty kill. Yohe on the drop wins it. Scouts just wide of the net. Baker clears it out. To pass, continues it out of the zone. Scouts retrieve it. Scouts send it right back. Stopped short by Van Tilburg. Van Tilburg kicks it back, looking for number 11 to pass to be able to pick that one up. Baker again sweeps it out along the board. Several Scouts players there, not letting it get very far. Another shot by the Scouts, another save by PJ. Scouts recollect, trying to work around lots of defenses. And just as Iowa came off of a penalty kill, they were going to get sent right back in for tripping. Baker going to get the tripping call this time. Marin 87 at the faceoff. Des Moines with it. Several pressure from around. Marin on the wall. Looks like Hildebrandt was there, able to sweep it in the neutral zone across the ice. And Bent's working to clear it up. Scouts to pick it up behind their own net. Send it back into neutral. Goldie there. Pressure out in front of him as well. Scouts able to sweep it out of the mix. Bentz battles it back, drop it back. Hildebrandt's hitting the bench, not able to see the puck and play behind him. Bentz swoops it around to Goldie, hands it off to DePass. DePass working along the boards. DePass all the way up to the net. And that one's blocked and covered by the Scouts. 20 seconds left of our penalty kill. Looks like Yohe was on the face-off there. Icing against Kansas City. Yohe on the drop, loses it. Smith and Yohe were both in that scramble over on the wall. Shot by Yohe, wide. Both teams back to full strength. Yohe winning this face-off and DePass with a shot. DePass with it again, working around. Brings it out of the zone into neutral territory. Maintains possession of it, but is surrounded. Battling in the far corner against the boards. Scouts send it back to their man. We have buzzer number 1. Des Moines leading over Kansas City 1-0. Sorry for the delay in pushing the buttons. I was trying to warm my fingers up because this rink is absolutely freezing, so sorry about that. Scouts with it, bringing around the backside of their net. Hildebrandt hitting the brakes. Follis there against the far side. Scouts with it, running it back into Des Moines' zone. Puck swept off of his stick, and he had double coverage by Des Moines. Shot attempt goes way wide by the Scouts, picked up along the spectators' boards. A lot of action right there in front of the net. Puck comes out, stopped at the blue line by the Scout, sent back in. Loose puck finally comes out of that battle over on the boards. Scouts to pick it up, taking around the backside of their own net. Marin meets him. Scouts able to dump it to their forwards. He runs it in, passes it, neutral zone. One out in front of him. Bucs with it, coming in hot. He's got pressure in the corner. Scouts recover it. To pass with it. Now Marin battling it off the boards. Loose puck comes away. Smith with it. Dumps it back. No one there. To pass, going to pick it up. Dumps it back into the corner. Smith with it. Marin behind. Gets it out in front. Shot. Stopped short by the Scouts. They recover a loose puck. Take it in a neutral zone. Run it all the way back up to Des Moines' net. Shot saved by PJ on that one. Hildebrandt with it this time. Passed up to McDaniel. McDaniel with a hard shot. Des Moines not able to get there in time. It's going to be an icing call against the Scouts. Yohe winning that one. Yohe with it, sends it around the backside of his net, looking for McDaniel on the far side. Yohe getting a soft shot off. Scouts recover it. Carry it quickly over to the far side. Pass into the middle. Shot right up the middle. Shut down. Follis winning the face-off. So it was Van Tilburg over in the corner there, battling it down. Goldie with it this time. Pass in the mix, as is Smith and Follis. Follis with it, looking to get it to somebody. Gets it to pass. To pass, working around one Scout. We hear a whistle. Offsides call. 10:40 left in period 2. Looks like that was 88. And then shot attempt stopped by Smith. Scouts with it, backside of their own net. Des Moines stopping it at the line, keeping it in the zone. Scouts to retrieve it though, carry it out. Saved by PJ. Pushes it out. Follis with it. Follis with a shot. To pass, trying to follow it up. Unable to do so. Scout comes away with it. Again, follow Bentz up to the pass, it looked like there. Bentz again with it, chasing it down. Takes it around backside of Bucs net. Changes directions, gets it around one scout, passes it up to DePass. DePass trying to keep that momentum, tries to get it up to Smith, unable to do so. Smith battling for it. Yohe with a shot. That one goes wide. Daniel sends it around the boards. Van Tilburg on the far side. Scouts with it. Daniel tried to short him down. Follis McDaniel. McDaniel with a backhanded attempt. No good. Follis working his way up. That one sent. Oh, that'll be a good zoom-in moment later. You'll see it sat right there and then picked out by the Scouts defender. Puck goes in deep. Van Tilburg was able to get some money on it. Gets it sent back. But Bucs unable to get there in time. .6:10 left in period 2. Bucs win the faceoff. I couldn't see who it was down there. Goldie staying with it, getting some help from Yohi as it's a battle in the far corner. Yohi to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt putting that one in. 5.5 minutes left in period 2. Des Moines taking a new lead 2-0 over the Scouts. Scouts in the corner. Had to battle it out between two people. Looks like that was Benson there. Marin trying to keep it in. Scouts are on the backside of their net. Hildebrandt trying to slow him down. Follis to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt, another one off of the face. Follis again with it. Follis wide. Hildebrandt picked it up, sends it back. No one on post. Scouts pick it up. Puck kept in play. Another shot by Goldie that time. Marin lost the faceoff on that one. Smith sends it back, gets it all the way up. Missed shot by the Bucs on that one. Puck brought in deep by the Scouts. Bucs recover it. Come in fast. Just a pass that brought that one in. Far side, Smith. A hard shove there, nothing. Bucs again with it. Almost got it cherry picked. McDaniel sent over to Marin. Marin couldn't keep with it to pass on the far side. Bench trying to put some money on it. Unable to do so. Gets it taken over by the Scouts. Van Tilburg with it. Scout player goes down. No tripping call though. Bucs with it on a runaway. Slows it down. Yohi back to Welch. Welch trying to get a backhanded shot. That one's wide. Welch with another attempt. One minute on the clock. Bucs lose the faceoff on that one. Smith over on the far side, getting some help with Follis. Smith sent to Hildebrandt, can't keep it. Scouts recover it and take off with it. Scouts pass it off. Another shot attempt way wide, follows the boards on the backside. Puck recovered by the Bucs. He's completely surrounded. Hildebrandt with it. Back to Fallis. Fallis to Hildebrandt. Trying to get it to the pass, but he's covered. Scouts to sweep it out. Another potential tripping call, but nothing blown. And 5 seconds, we'll see the end of period 2. All right, 12 minutes up on the board for period 3. Bucs leading over the Scouts 2-0. Looks like it's Marin on the drop. He's going to win that faceoff. Scouts pass it up. 3 Bucs there. Pick it off. Pass looking for it. Got it lost behind him. Scouts bring it out of the corner. Able to get it around 1 Buck player. Sends that one up to the net. PJ shut that one down. Battle over on the far side. Scouts player up. Loose puck comes away. Retrieved by the Scout. Sent back. Not received. Fallis kicks it back. Scouts pick it up right in front of both teams' boards. Marin trying to hop over everybody's sticks that are around his feet. Gets it to Fallis. Fallis carries it up. Misses. Can't get it in time. Battles for it behind the net back there. Fallis to Marin in the corner. Marin sends it back to Bentz. Bentz to Marin. Marin working around traffic. Right up the middle. Goaltender attempted a glove save. It couldn't get there in time. Puck stays in play. Dupass try to clear it back. Scouts continue to bring it up around Dupass. Yohi on the face-off this time. Wins that one. Van Tilburg to Goldie. Goldie sends it up into the mix. Yohi there in that sweep. Goldie again along the boards. McDaniel chasing it down. Scouts are going to get to it first. Trying to shake McDaniel off behind the net. To pass, found a hole in the ice, lost his feet. Bucs recover it. Goldie to Van Tilburg. Van Tilburg sends it back up to DePass. DePass working it around, trying to get some help from Yohi there in front of the net. Yohi gets tripped up. Still taking his time to get up. He's covering his face. Ref calling coach over. Yohi gets up though. Nursing his left leg. .8:40 on the clock. Power play for the Bucs. Minute and a half starting on that. Marin wins the face-off over there down deep in the zone. Fallis kicks it back to Marin in the corner. Fallis with a shot. Just can't quite get it that last inch or two before it's covered. Fallis comes off. Again, Marin on that one, winning the face-off. Baker to Bentz. Bentz tries to sweep it up. Marin over in the corner now to DePass. Marin again with it, trying to get around traffic in front of him. Works his way up. Shot attempt by DePass was wide out in front. Bentz keeps it in, takes a shot. Shot gets it up there, but it's going to be shut down. .37 seconds left of the power play for the Bucs. Fallis this time on the drop. Fallis wins it. Bentz to retrieve, sends it into the corner. Baker this time was trying to slow it down, loses his feet again. There must be a ship in the ice over there. Scouts with a shot, goes high. Des Moines clears it out along the boards. Puck maintained by the Bucs. Tries to get it up out in front. Can't quite connect. Scouts take it over. Bring it back into the neutral. Surrounded with pressure by both Goldie and Marin there. Marin with a pass up and deep. Retrieved by Smith. Goldie now on the far side. Goldie with a shot. Stopped short. Van Tilburg this time recollects with Smith over there. Looked like Follis, maybe. McDaniel was on his tail with a shot. Follis again wins this one. Gets it up to the net. Tries to reset behind. Follis trying to work around it. McDaniel not able to connect. To pass right there in front. Scouts bringing it in neutral. Goldie trying to slow him down. McDaniel over there as well. Yohe on the drop. Bentz with it, taps it around. Yohe gets to it. Yohe up to Smith and Hildebrandt there. Can't control it. Gets it back to Baker. Baker over to Bentz. Bentz sends it up. Ooh, a header down on that end into the boards. They're going to send Des Moines into the penalty box for that one. 5 minutes on the dot left. And they assessed number 77, Smith, with that penalty. Marin loses this one. Marin battling for it, trying to get some help from Bentz. Baker in now. Follis up to Marin. Marin working around 1, 2. A soft 3. Bentz keeps it in. Goal number 3 goes to Hildebrandt. Sorry, Follis with that one from Bentz. Short-handed goal, too, as there was still 53 seconds left on the Bucs penalty kill. Scouts with it. Shot up to PJ. Shuts that one down. Bucs clear it out of the zone. Send it up to Follis. Follis with another shot attempt. Scouts with an offside call. Bucs still playing one man down for another 20 seconds. Goldie. Bucs back to full strength. To pass, trying to run it down, can't get there in time. Scouts with a wide shot. Follows here along the boards. Marin with it. Comes away, sends it across to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt maintains possession. Working his way up. Marin sweeps it off the walls. Hildebrandt to go collect. Scouts retrieve it. Hildebrandt comes in, picks it back on a breakaway, takes a shot. That one deflected. Sawyer looking to reset. Gets his players just back inside neutral. Hildebrandt off the wall. Getting some help from Sawyer again. Sawyer dumps it back in. Marin and McDaniel both in the mix there. Offsides again, this time against the Bucs. Marin and Follis both on the wall. Follis comes away with it. McDaniel looking for it. Scouts come away with the loose puck on that one, though. Stopped short by Follis. Kicked back to the corner. Follis sweeps it out. Kicked out by Bentz. Scouts send it cross ice. Back into the zone. Bentz to retrieve. Working it up along the far boards. Scouts pass gets kind of bobbled and mixed up. Yohidi gets it back to Bentz. Bentz forwards it up. Scouts again bring it into their zone, try to kick it back. Des Moines changing out some of their line. Bentz lost his footing over there, lost in the shuffle. Looks like Yohi tried to kick it back to somebody. Bentz with a shot deflected away to pass. To pass again, trying to get around, dumps it back. Looks like Smith there, sends it to his man in the corner. Smith again, coming off of the wall. Yohi was also there to pass again. But that's the final buzzer. Bucs winning friendly game number 1, 3-0 over the Scouts. We'll end this one, start the next game after they exam the ice. I'm going to see if I can find a better vantage point.